Hello. My name is John. I'm here on a cause, on a mission, to make sure people understand who I am, what I'm trying to do. Well, let me tell you what's wrong. I live in Riverside County, California. Over 2 years ago, I didn't know anything about Facebook. I had a profile, didn't hardly ever use it. It was actually just there, so that way my third child, might reach out someday and find me. Well, after my high school reunion of 30 years, I found Facebook to be very entertaining. So I started joining groups. When I joined these groups, there was one group that censored. You couldn't say anything without people or their admins just blocking you and blocking members, deleting your comments. Now, I have proof that from day one, I've been advocating no share of law. There was a post about, those places where you get to smoke, hookah or kahuka lounge or whatever. And I was saying that from my experience in the military overseas, these lounges are not filled with women. But here in America, here in Riverside, we have wonderful young ladies going in there and they smoke. But I was a taxi driver and I have experience or knowledge of two women, two young, 20, 22 to 25 years old, were raped in there. Sad part is they didn't want to report it, or they did report it, and cops couldn't do anything about it because there was no proof, because they were high. Now remember, these places, you're not supposed to be high, you're supposed to smoke. So this one first admin in this group blocked me because I was trying to state my fact, state what I know, and my comment was removed, and she PM'd me and told me that I have to watch what I have to say. This is the problem. Facebook is free. Mark Zuckerberg has never contacted me, but I know for so many times I've been blocked that you have to keep it friendly. And I created 6 profiles by now, and they're all listed with my name, pictures of my kids, pictures of things I've done, and people that I've met on Facebook. They're not fake profiles, they're real profiles. Why did I create it? Well, Facebook to me is like real life. When you get laid off from your job, you cry, you wake up the next day, and you find another job. Now, I didn't mind getting blocked for 3 days, took a little time off. But when you get down to being blocked for 30 days, merely because you said the word, the M-U-S-L-I-M on Facebook, and that wasn't even derogatory. Well, I started doing what I always do in life. Keep on going. Don't quit. What I do, I make another profile. Why? Because I'm running groups. Why do I run groups? I'm about freedom of speech. I was born in Vietnam. Came here when I was 8. Well, I didn't really talk, or I really didn't get out or say things until I was about 10, when I realized that I wasn't going to get smacked in the face for talking. What a great country. What a wonderful country. Well, anyway, so I've been doing this freedom of speech kick for years. I did it in high school when I was told to write a letter about immigration or the love of our country. I didn't win because my grammar wasn't correct, but I did get acknowledgement for writing a very cheerful essay. And that was, I love America, because America gives me a chance to speak. So when I found out that Facebook is free, I created this group, What's Up Riverside County. 2 weeks into it, I'm advertising in other groups, and one group I happen to advertise in called Uncensored. It's called What Is Going On in Riverside County Uncensored. It's a spin-off group because they hated this guy who has a group called What Is Going On in Riverside County, with a question mark. Now, an extremely popular group now. He created it with an extremely respectable individual who has spent many years giving to the city of Riverside, the county of Riverside. But here's the bad part, or sad part. That guy left his group, or left their group. And now this group is ran by some guy that I don't think should have the right to be on Facebook running a group. Unless he's trying to collect felons and, telling them where to find jobs and things like that. But that's not what he's doing. You know what he's doing? He uses it to bully. He doesn't allow advertising in his group. I allow advertising in my group. I allow anybody to advertise in my group. Why? Because Facebook is free. That means I have no control. It is not my right to say you can't or cannot do something. Here's the other thing. He's utilized his Facebook group to badger people, scare people. Now, I have 6 profiles. If you look up Denlos, and I'm very proud of my name, Denlos. Let me tell you about my name, Denlos. My stepfather, who married my mom and brought us in this country and adopted me at 12, joined World War II, and the sergeant wrote Denlos. Now, his original name is D.A., and then F.F. at the end. The sergeant wrote D.E. and F.S. So our name is American. You can't get any more American than that. Now, why did he go with Denlos? Because he's Russian descent, Orthodox Church. He was 9 years old, and his mom had 2 sons. He had to fend for himself. She basically threw him onto the street to make his own way. So he didn't like his mom. But it's okay. He was there for her at the funeral. He was there for her at the end, because that's what a good son's supposed to do. Whether you like your mom or not, you're there for him. Just like I'm there for my mom. And I don't like my mom. Why? Because she disconnected me from the greatest man in the world, my stepfather. I don't know my real father. He could be any white guy. And I got a rough idea he was a Marine. I was going to join the Marine Corps just so I could find him, but I realized, you know what? I don't like fish. I don't want to be caught as a prisoner and put in Asia. So, this is what I did. I joined the Army to prove to my country that I'm awesome. Or they're awesome for taking me in. But I'm upset right now. And I'm pissed. I'm on Section 8, and I'm proud of it, because I'm a conservative Republican at one time. And I did not like poor people. I did not like social worker. And God showed me the way. Showed me that, John, you can't hate. So while I'm sitting there getting 7 units of blood by people that are not white, even though my main surgeon and my other main surgeon are white, as a matter of fact, half the doctors were white, but the people that took care of my porta potty, the people that cleaned my toilets or removed my tubes, the nurses were Filipinos. I even had a Hispanic nurse. I had to ask them, can you just not bring her own staff? She always looks so hot, Even when I'm dying, I'm thinking about beautiful women. But anyway, I got 7 units of blood. I don't know where it came from. All I do know is after a week being in the hospital and I left, I was jumping like one of those basketball players, So I could be black now. I don't know. All I do know is I love everybody. Now when I started my group, I played, and I think it was 4 months into it, people thought I was black. Nobody saw what color I was. It's because members who become my friends, I feel their pain. I post their comments, or I post for them because they're too afraid to say anything. I'm not afraid to say anything. You know why? Because in America, you touch me, baby? You touch me because I said something? You are going to go to jail. You hear that, Steve Johnson? You are going to go to jail. Again. Prison. Now that's what bugs me. I'm a veteran. And this shirt here, I made, it says I support the police. And that thing is Riverside. I paid $15 for it. I was on welfare at the time, so, that was a major investment. I went out in March because the Black Lives Matter protest was going on. I like protests because when I was a kid, I couldn't protest. I was in the military. You protest, you get in trouble. Now I'm out. You can't touch me. You can't hurt me. I can protest. I go every protest. You know why? Because I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to say and be seen. That's what Facebook is about for me. I want the world to know that we have a voice now. Now, I'm going to lose some friends here, but I wanted Hillary. I wanted Hillary because I wanted a female president. I just thought we should have had a female president before we had a black president. Okay, so we got a black president now. We checked the box. Now let's get a female president. I don't care who it is in the next election, a female president. I don't hate Trump. I voted for Trump. I like Trump. Why do I like Trump? Because he pisses people off that are two-faced, right? Politicians. Anybody who wears a suit and a tie is two-faced. You know why they're two-faced? Because they have something to protect. Something they can't say anything. They have to watch what they have to say. So, what I want to know is, I'm a veteran, disabled now, 3 cancers in 6 years, and I've lived, baby. 2008, 2012, 2014. I lost a bit of my colon, then I lost my right butt, then finally, after 3.5 years of pain and suffering on welfare with people, the best social workers in the world, and learning the system and understanding how it works, I even went to college, RCC, for 30 semester hours, just so I could understand how things work. And you know what? The system works. But you know who's bad? The people that stick their little foot into our path to try to trip us over. There's a girl, and I'm going to call her a girl. She's short and fucking ugly. Oops. I might be in trouble for that word. But anyway, she works at RCC. I have to take her for a restraining order. You know why I don't take people to restraining orders anymore? They're usually short and ugly. Traumatized me for a whole week. So, recently I have called to take her back because we had a mutual agreement. She's not allowed to talk about our case or our situation or about me. I'm not supposed to talk to her. But she jumped in there and said, Stevie, contact me. I got some good stuff for you. You know what, Stevie? You ain't got duty squad, baby. Because anything about me is public. Shoot, I've got neighbors here who just, John, stop telling us that stuff. We don't want to know. Just drink a freaking beer, have some salsa, and go to sleep. You see, in 2000, when I came to this town, I took a leave of absence from the Army Reserve to be a cop in L.A. I scored 95. That was at 34. At 23, when I got out of the regular Army, I scored 94. And you know, let me tell you about LAPD. I was upset. I didn't score 100. I asked for a review. And it's because of the sergeant on the oral board loved me. It was a guy. The female didn't like me. She docked me 6 points for not having her right. Well, I'm kind of stupid in a way. You know, all my friends in the Army said, John, please put the little check in the box that makes you a minority. And that would have meant I would have gotten in at 75. I wouldn't have had to struggle. But I didn't want it that way. My dad said I was white. My original father was white. All my kids came out white. You know? So I'm white. So I checked the box white. I scored 94. I got in because 94 is what you needed to get in. It's one of your affirmative action program thing. So anyway, I went in there, and I said, how come? And they docked me 6 points for not knowing how to write. And I'm upset because here I am. I've been in the Army for 4.5 years, and I write evaluation reports and stuff. I mean, I was a non-commissioned officer's evaluation report. I got an Army accommodation medal for making sure people got promoted and stuff, and paperwork processed to Congress. And you know what? I was upset because I wrote down, thinking, I better write stupid, so that way they'll accept me. Well, anyway, I didn't score 100. But I didn't become a cop either. At 23, a colonel in the Army Reserve gave me an opportunity to run a business. And I did. Sod planting, grass planting. Everybody thought I was selling weed back then. No, nothing at all. Hard. Actually, it was called Stolen Planting Service. Stolen with O-N, right? So I'm across the state of California, actually I crossed up and down, and a little bit of Nevada, I planted grass. So I've got parks all over the place. Doesn't have my name on it, but has my grass, my ass, my effort from the age of 23 to 34. I put out there. Now, while I was doing all this, I was also in the Army Reserve. I also had a nursery in Sun City. But you know what's really bugging the heck out of me, baby? Steve Johnson. He was robbing our houses, and you know, he only got caught once. So that meant he's either a really bad criminal, got caught once, or he must have been doing it a few times and then finally got caught. Let me talk to you about Steve Johnson. What bugs me about Steve Johnson is his name is Stephen Johnson. Yes, Stephen James Johnson. Now, I can do this and I can say this because it's public records. I went ahead and checked again this morning, right? And it's still there. He's still a criminal. Woo! Now, look, Stephen, lives in Orange Crest, and everybody in Orange Crest, you know they're all rich, big-ass houses. So if I was a rich man, I would have been able to expunge my record, don't you think? At least a big one. At least a felony one. The one that says that his victim was very vulnerable at the time that he robbed her. It's her because the name's on the police report thing record. You can check it out. I'm not lying. I've shown proof. Now, why does this man hate me so much? Because people in my group got, alright, let's not cuss, huevos, right? You got balls to be in my group. Because he's put out this message that if you are in my group, he's going to block you from his group, he's going to ban you from his church, and he's going to shun you from the city council meeting. See, Mayor Russ, baby, is not in charge. Because all of his employees that's in what is going on in Riverside County has been told by the massa, Stephen Johnson, I also call him something evil. Why? Because I had to create 6 profiles because every time I posted his face, his name, the factual information about his criminal record, Facebook would block me. So, I had to go SJ something evil. We shouldn't have to hide our words telling the community about criminals. Now, what's bugging me? I should be able to run for city council. I can't. I can't stand wearing a suit anymore. Oh, darn. My daughter Jessica's getting married next month. Yay! I got to put on a suit just for her. So you know darn well. And the reason why I don't put on a suit is I damn look good in one. Every time I put on a suit, I get a list of girls. Women think I'm rich. And I don't want to mislead them. I'm looking for sugar mamas. Lots of them. I don't want one. Because you get one, you know, they want this, they want that. I want the whole list, one for every 2-3 hours. Because I got 3 kids. I'm a single dad. Now let's tell you why I'm so upset. Steve Johnson wants all his members, about 104,000 members, to call CPS, Child Protective Service. Now what he doesn't understand is I love Child Protective Service. I love them. Because until I got Child Protective Service, family court, family circus was screwing me. See, the reason why I didn't become a cop, because I met this woman, and her family, you know, their family says, John, you're not going to be a cop. You can't be a cop. You know, you get her pregnant, you can't be a cop. There's a KKK, which is where I thought was television. This is in Riverside. And if you want, call me, contact me. I'll give you their addresses, all right? Anyway, my daughter's 14, 15. I can't keep counting anymore. Bottom line is, I saw her last summer. We made a deal. I just wanted a picture with all my kids before I died. And guess what? I got it. She wasn't smiling. That's okay. Because, you see, for 14 years, I busted my huevos to make sure she knew Daddy was always going to be there. And now, she knows I'm still there. Because, bottom line, I'm staying in Riverside to make sure that she can find me whenever she wants to. I'm a good dad. And when some guy who, let's talk about Steve Johnson. This is not all about me. Come on, let's not be selfish. Steve Johnson, I've got proof on this when I first started, why I got so many friends and so many loyal admins, is that he's married, and he spends his evening hitting on his female members. Now remember, these female members don't want to come out. I got the information. Let's just go to court, baby. Let's do it, right? Oh, by the way, Steve, it's that civil court, not criminal court, because I haven't done anything to you. And it's not family court, because I'll never, ever will I share my bodily fluid with you. Okay, so anyway, he's a predator. Now, everybody knows I love women, so if a woman buys me beer, comes to my house, takes me out, that's not being a predator. Did you know that over 2 years now, not one person has posted a screenshot of me saying, hey, or my, DIC pics? It's not because, I'm embarrassed or anything. What I want you all to know is this. I have to go public because I'm not taking him for a restraining order. You know what? I don't even know his address. Other reason is because the FBI doesn't care about what happens on Facebook unless you make a threat. And if I had made a threat, they would be here at my door right now. I've never made any threat to Steve Johnson's family. I hope his wife and his kids have a great life. I just have said in numerous occasions, and to everybody, that since he's an electrician, something bad should happen to him. Now, can you prosecute me for that? Will Mayor Russ Bailey and all the city councilmen, who knows, I'll go down there and put in my 3 minutes when I see something wrong. I have not seen anything wrong with Riverside since I started investigating on things. Riverside got things under control. Like that meth head on La Sierra Park that I was chasing? Oh, Steve Johnson's pushing that post right now. If you all just listen to the first 2 minutes, you'll notice that the meth head wanted to hurt my child. The meth head said, is that your kid? Is those your kids? And let me tell you something. If you're a good parent, and you speak good English, and when a meth head goes ahead and identifies your child, it's clearly stating that my child is in danger. Now, remember, I can't touch him. I can't hit him. I can't even write a letter to his mommy. But you know what I can do? I can video it. I can get loud. I can let the whole community know what's going on. And when the cop was there, people came out and said, that guy robbed my house. And the cop said, ma'am, sir, can't I help you? Really sad. Actually, it was one guy that did that. And the cop couldn't help him. Because bottom line is, it's epidemic. La Sierra Park should be closed off. Right? Completely closed off. Now, if you watch that thing, there was a car and another guy, another meth head on a bicycle with a torch. Why does the city of Riverside allow homeless people walking around with a torch? I know they need it for their pipe, but come on. You don't need a real torch, do you? But anyway, nobody in that area was able to help me. Not because I don't blame them. They're mostly Hispanics. They're good people. Half are illegal. That's okay. The homeowners are illegal. That's all that matters. The police doesn't mess with them. That's why I like my community that I live in. Right? But they won't come out and help. You know why? Because the cops leave afterwards, and we're left there to deal with these criminals. Now, I can deal with the meth heads because I can see them coming. And most of the cops I've made friends with in my area, or not friends, but they know me by association, and so I'm safe. But I'm not safe with guys like Steve Johnson. You know why? Because Steve Johnson is a criminal. He's a felon. Why does he have a voice in our community? Why does all these respectable people hate me? I served your country, our country, my country, the United States of America, 4.5 years regular Army, 15 years reserves. I was a staff sergeant promotable when I went out to the regular Army. They wanted me to go to OCS, but I couldn't go to OCS. I got a mouth. Officers have to shut their mouth and die of cancer or ulcer. I salute officers because they can't speak. Officers are like school districts. You know, whatever they say, they can get fired. Oh, by the way, let's talk about school district. Anna, Steve's little lady, sidekick, says she knows what happened in Atlanta. Let me tell you what happened in Atlanta. I feel like I'm the only parent that gives a damn about Atlanta Elementary. And you know what? I'm also the same parent that told the principal, I'm not going to stir any bull crap from the day one when I volunteered to help. Because, you see, nobody cares about our Ramsey Elementary. Nobody cares about our Ramsey. It's really sad because there's some really cool people there. I've made friends everywhere. You know what? I've got cups and bowls full of salsa in my house. It stinks, a salsa, after you eat it and you wash it. It stinks. So what I have to do is I have to put mint in all my plastic container when I return them so I can get more salsa. Am I a smart guy or what, right? So anyway, we need to care about Lanza Elementary. The urinals for the kids? Okay, my son is gringo. He's tall. He can't even reach the urinal because urinals are too high for them. Do they care? No. But anyway, I took care of that business. You know what I did? I didn't scare up any problem because I liked the principal. I liked the assistant principal. I liked my teacher. Actually, I liked almost everybody there except for 2 teachers. One of them I had to deal with twice. You know what she said when I told a young girl, please, do not step off the curb. She was about to open the door. Don't step off the curb. The teacher said, why not? It's common sense. One, it's dangerous. We don't want our kids stepping off the curb to open the door. It's a courtesy. It's a free thing. We don't want our kids getting hurt over a free thing. But you know what? I was calm. I stuck my foot, my heel against the curb, and I said, you know what? 12 to 18 inches is the correct parking system by the DMV. If she's parked 3 feet away from the curb, 2 things is wrong here. One, she probably don't have a license, or secondly, she could be illegal. But hey, that's got nothing to do with me, all right? Oh, by the way, just so anybody that in the last year, the 92505 and 92503, Riverside PD will not take you in if you're illegal. They're cool. They are cool frickin' cops. I love them. Look, I got a shirt. I bought it when I was on welfare, right? But I'll tell you who will take you in. And this is happening right now. They're not driving marked green and white cars. They're driving black Suburbans. And they don't drive down the street with their siren on. You know what they do? They sit at the gas station on Redwood in Arlington. Why am I telling you? Because I don't know if my gardener's getting picked up. I don't know if my taco man's getting picked up. All I do know is, until you clean up all the drug heads, all the illegal politicians in the state of California, until you get rid of all the pedophiles, don't mess with the good, gentle people of California. Yeah. Why do I have to say this? Because my tire man's Mexican. My locksmith Mexican. My mechanic's Mexican. Listen, I voted for Trump because he pisses off real politicians. But then he turns around and he's hanging out with real politicians. I thought he was fired by now. So I still love Trump, merely because he bothers people. But Trump is not our problem, people. What our problem is, people like Steve Johnson, who's utilizing the system to destroy guys like me. Oh, by the way, if my Facebook group of 84,000 people do get deleted, get destroyed, it's okay. I'm going to make another one. And we're going to keep fighting the system. We're going to keep freedom of speech going. Alright? Check out all my admins. They're black, they're Mexican, they're white. I don't have a gay one right now. I might have a bisexual one, but I don't know. I have to ask. I don't know. But I'm working. I'm checking. I'm checking all the boxes. I make sure all my admins represent the members in the group. Have always been from day one. Just like our government's supposed to represent us. But they're not representing us. Alright? You know why? Because they let felons run Facebook groups. And here's what really bugs me. I have addressed this with ABC. They don't care. Right? The reporters, there's a couple of them. I'm not going to name them because they're hot. We want to keep them on camera, okay? But I've also addressed this with one very respectable and older gentleman of Press Enterprise. Nobody cares. So, what this means is if you're homeless, you can get free education. If you're a felon, you get free education. I was already a single dad, so I got free education. So I don't want to check the other one box, because I was homeless once, thanks to a tweaker, but it's okay. It took 13 days, and I got my daughters and inside, back into a stable and steady home. Thank God to imagination and social services. Thank you for your time. I don't want to bother you anymore. It's Saturday. And please, push this post everywhere. We need every city councilman to see this. And Steve Johnson thinks he's going to go. Steve's a multi-felon? No, he's just a felon for the burglary. He has a misdemeanor for taking a laser down on a helicopter. Don't know if it was a police helicopter or what, but he took a laser and pointed it and got that. He has a DUI and he also has a ticket for unrestrained, no, what do you call it? No seatbelts. But that's what I'm trying to say is, he's got all these, and he gets to hang out with cops, firemen, alright? Me, I can't even get a fireman captain to give me my kids. Oh, by the way, next time you see me, say gringo. Because all my Hispanic friends here know I'm gringo as gringo can be. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless our justice system that needs to be fixed. Oh, if anybody knows Steve, could you tell him I'll be at the next city council meeting with us? Oh, it's going to be so good. Because Steve Johnson needs to be known as Stephen Johnson. When he first started his group, he was this little rat. Very appropriate, right? Some Chuck E. Cheese kind of rat thing. He ended up losing that profile because you can't have such a fake profile. And you can if people like you, but almost every Riverside group, what is really going on in Riverside County, who's blocked me because they're afraid of Steve's fake profiles, there's a lot of groups like that. Oh, by the way, STZ gang, I know you guys live around here, and if you want to mess with me and Albert School District, go ahead, because you're just going to look like stupid. Oh, by the way, my new school for my daughter is amazing. It's awesome. It's in the Albert School District area. They inspire kids to wear uniforms. They also give you a piece of paper saying where you're supposed to park, how you're supposed to drop off the kids, and how you're supposed to act. Same thing I was trying to do for Orlando Elementary. But you know what? Same teachers that get paid by the same paycheck from Albert School District is totally doing something different. But if you want to know that evil little teacher, Orlando, they can call him Asian now, but actually Oriental. She's short, she's bitter. And at my daughter's new school, not one teacher is out there holding a cup of coffee. They're holding a radio, and I got this one teacher, she's awesome. I've only been there 6 days, and she's going to be there every other week, and she high-fives every kid. And if you don't high-five her, right, she goes after you. Isn't that awesome? To be greeted like that? That's all I was doing at Orlando. And now I got people saying I'm loud. Let me tell you how I'm loud. Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize. I did want to get off, but I want to tell you how I work. If you're an idiot and you wish to challenge me in public, don't. Because I start videoing you. Why? Because since I started videoing, recording people, I don't get arrested. When the cops come, I show them. I even had one guy record me, and the cop laughed. He goes, if you want to record it, I probably wouldn't believe you, because John doesn't wear matching shirts and shorts. You know why I don't wear matching shorts and shirts? Because I'm trying to look more like, not authoritative, not angry, not bitter. But I'm dressing short. I'm going to start looking good, right? So the cops can believe me. Bullshit, I'm not. I'm not going to accommodate myself. I have called dispatch a few times, and I have told them I'm not doing my hair. Tell the cops it's the guy with the crazy hair. Leave him be nice. And by the way, my hair looks nice right now because I'm working on my daughter's wedding. What do you think? I probably need to cut a little bit back there. But it's going to be good. Jessica, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. I'll be there, all right? Steve Johnson's not going to stop us. You know me. You know, as soon as I see a white guy, I call the cops. Ciao.